The room is still pretty empty, only 82 people. Everybody waiting for YouTube? Okay, we're live on YouTube, so I'll just close that and let's go. I cannot see the YouTube channel, so I hope everything is going well. Good afternoon to our YouTube viewers, if you just joined us. Remember, we still have space in this room, and we still have a lot of space in this room, so it's okay if you're in YouTube and you want to come across here so you can ask questions. Because it's a live session, we will take a lot of questions because you're not going to get a trade every minute. So there will be a time for a lot of live sessions, a lot of live questions if you can come across. And if you want to join with the link, that might be much better, because I thought the room was filled the last time and we had to go to YouTube. This time the room is empty. Only 91 people, less than the normal weekly outlook. So where is everybody? On YouTube? You want to know when oil wants to go to the least for a you want to know when oil wants to go at least for a correction. This movie, so you want a correction in oil? Okay, we'll call them and tell them, the oil bosses, to give you a correction. Let's go. So everybody ready? If you traded 250K instead of half a million, then what would be in your lot size? I think I probably would have started with about 2, and maybe depends on how it grows to about 5 and then up. But I would have started with about 2 if that was the very start of it. 2, 3. Start with 2, 3. But it depends. Like, what is your plan? If you have a fix, if you're trading simply retail with a fixed set of strategies, you probably go 1% or something like that. Depends on how much you can go. Silver is breaking, not as yet. Silver would be too early to buy. I'll explain to you why. Don't jump into it if you're not in silver as yet. Don't buy it as yet. We're gonna get the trades. Don't rush. Don't take your time. Nothing is running away from you. So let's go. Everybody here? How many people on YouTube, by the way? I'm surprised there's so little people, so small amount of people in the room. It's now starting. So you can send it. We'll be here for 2 hours. So don't forget to send this link now to your friends, and wherever the platform you are, you can just copy and post it for them. Guys, come across here. We're ready. We're going live. We're going to be trading live. So let's go. Let me bring the account over for you guys, because it's a live session. We're trading. It hasn't really moved. It's still 582 from where we were the last time. None of these trades are moving very much. Aussie is still where it is. It's moved up a little. Silver has moved up slightly. Pound CAD has moved down slightly. So nothing much happened, right? So it's not to block it. I'm going to move to the chart. So everybody's looking at silver. You can't buy silver here. Right, let me explain to you why you can't buy silver. If you're going to buy silver, you have to buy silver above that top, because as it stands right now, this could still be correction to this point, and we could still retest the low before it goes. Right? That is a possibility in this pattern. We have to wait for the pattern to confirm that it's going to go up. I believe it's going to go up, but we have to wait for that confirmation. Right? So if you're already in it and you're positive, you can move to break even. Depends if you're short term. If you're long term like me and you're in it and you really don't care where the hell it goes, then that's okay. Right? I don't care where it goes, up, down, sideways. It doesn't matter to me. I'm long term on this, and my target is about 22. So basically, the only time I start worrying about it is when I'm in profit and I think there's going to be a deeper correction. Maybe I take the profit off and wait for a deeper correction to buy again. Well, I just bought some last week right in this correction here. So, I mean, if they drop lower, wouldn't bother me. So again, like I said, you probably don't want to buy as yet, because as you can see, this could drop from here. And we might end up buying at the bottom here this afternoon. So should I close the one trade that I have here? It's not positive as yet, but I'm not going to close it here. It's not positive. It's just about $500 in the minus. I'm not closing it as yet. If they spike above the top, and I think they're going to change it. Well, once they spike above the top, I'm pretty much looking for upside. Right? So we're going to go to that. So here's how we're going to run this session. Everybody's in and everybody's listening to me, right? So how much people we have, and can somebody post how many people we have in YouTube, just to see how the group is going? Only 94 in YouTube, 100. Okay, great. People are coming now. So that's still very small, guys. This is about 200 and something. We need to break the record of 1,600, right? So I'm hoping you guys could share the message and let's go. Because the last time 500, and the first day we opened 500, the room was full. So maybe not a lot of people got the message. So let's get the message over to them and let's start. So we're looking at the silver. Don't do anything as yet. We'll tell you what's the trade in the silver when we come to it. Let's go step by step. I'm going to look at the ones that have setups for trades we can take right now. Look at them and see whether there's a trade there for you. So let's go on the CAD. I think the CAD is looking like a possible up move. You might get a trade here. We might get a trade here today on the CAD if it breaks out. We will consider this trade. Now, if that trade comes, break the top and decide to go down, we will take a break even. But we will consider, I will consider, right? I know I should probably put out the disclaimer here. So I had one somewhere, I don't know where it is, but I'm just going to tell you. I welcome you to this live session. And this live session, this is not, I'm not giving you trades. I'm not asking you to take any trades. These are you viewing my trading account. So you're welcome to my show where you can watch how I trade, right? I'm not giving you any trade and I'm not asking you to take any trade. If you're going to take any trade, you're taking it at your own risk. Has nothing to do with me. You're here to view how I trade. And I will explain to you how I do that. So nobody take any trade because I make a trade call or because I am taking the trade. You're taking any trade in your own risk. So I do hope you think very carefully that the trade is fitting your strategy before you take it. Because I might have my own strategy, which we might not be discussing here today. Because we're not here to discuss strategy. You are here to view how I trade. It's 1 week of live trading. Enjoy the show. Relax, enjoy the show. Let's go. So this is what I would do with my charts when I normally start. Right? Don't post your messages. Okay, great. Everybody can change to panelists and attendees. And don't post the same messages over and over. If I missed anything, we will do it in sessions. I will go through the charts. We will look for trade setups. We will take trades if trades are active. And then we will do a Q&A, and then we will keep looking for trades. So what we can do is after I go through the charts and look for trades, you can give me suggestions that look at this chart. There's a trade setup, right? Especially my traders, you can ping me that there is a trade setup here so we can go look at it, right? I think we will get more people eventually. No rush. And some people will probably just can't come live. All right, so let's go. I'm looking for this and I'm in the cat sell long term, but short term, if they give a trade here today, I might take it because there's a good chance we could break out of this structure in the 4 hour. There's a very good chance they might make a new high here. So if this flag breaks to the upside, and it's a very nice flag, like something like this and something like that, if they break to the upside, we'll take the trade. For you, that's a new trade. For me, that's a new trade. And we'll watch it when it comes to the top here, what it's doing, right? Because when you have a pattern like this, there are at least 4 possibilities. We're not going to go through that, but my traders know we're looking for at least 4 possibilities of how this can behave. If we do get a trade setup that fits my nature and fits what I trade according to my strategy, we will take the trade live. If not, you will enjoy the 2 hours and look at how I analyze charts, how I look what trades I'm looking for, and then from there you can make your own decision. So let's go to the Pong Yen. I can see a setup on the Pong Yen that I like. So let's go to the Pong Yen. I'm going to go to the Pong Yen and show you. I'm looking at this chart and I'm thinking this thing does look like, it's look like a down move, but if you look at a bigger structure, I think this has a very good chance of going back up. So if we get a buy opportunity anywhere there, we'll take the trade. On the 1 hour, you can see that they're making a flag here, right? This was our sell last week. That was our sell trade last week, but I can see that there's a flag probably building here. And if this flag is to prove what we think it is, we can go break the top, right? So we can wait for them to break out of that flag and then we can take the trade, right? Let them break out, let them prove that they're actually going to go up, and then we will take the trade. If the trade is just a correction, which means if they only come here to go back down, we will cut out of the trade for break even. But if they do what I think they should do, go up to the top, great, we'll be in that trade, right? And then we'll see where that goes. So everybody keep an eye on this. When it's breaking, ping me a reminder and we'll look at it. Let's go. What else? I'm just looking at my charts to see what else I may be interested in immediately, very soon, something that is going to break. Euro. If Euro makes a consolidation, I will buy it. If it doesn't, then I will not buy it. So I'm looking for Euro to go back up. I'm looking for Euro to go way back up, break out this all the way to the top. But we're still we were expecting it to break this low. And there is still a chance that they might do this and break the low and then go. So I'm not buying this here. I'm waiting for it to make a flag. And if it makes a flag, then I will take the trade. Okay, here I can see some good questions, but can you guys hold the question to when I say Q&A session, right? Very good question, but as soon as I say Q&A sessions, you start posting your questions, right? Because if everybody posts your questions, now I will not answer them, so you're wasting your time, right? Now is when you can come in and say hi to everybody, and that's it. Keep all your questions and suggestions and everything for when we open the sessions for that. So right now, just hold it, because you will post it and I will not see it. I will not be able to answer it. So just hold it, say hi to everybody, relax, let's go through the charts. Remember, there's no reason for you to be nervous when you're trading. There's no reason for you to even be anxious. Everybody's gonna get a trade. Your trades are not running away from you, right? There's nothing running away from you. So everybody relax. Don't ask questions. Don't try to answer questions, especially to people, because we'll go to all of that. Let's go. The pound dollar. The pound dollar also looks like we're expecting. This is what I'm expecting from the pound dollar today. I'm expecting it to break this low. We might or might not get this trade. Depends on if we get a pattern set up for it. We might or might not get it. It doesn't matter. But once it breaks this low, if it makes a correction like this, we're going to be selling big time, because once it breaks this low, I'm expecting it to correct and then fall. So we might not get a trade today on this pair, but if it behaves the way we expect it to do, we will get a very nice buy for this week, and then we're going to get a powerful sell for next week, right? Aussie, I'm still expecting it to go up. It went down a little more. I saw it. Not interested in the sell. There was a sell set up this morning here, and if you took that, I hope you got a break even out of it. If anybody took this, I hope you got a break even out of it. And then we're looking for this to go up, right? Here's what I'm going to do. Please don't share your personal info here, and don't try to promote anything in the webinar, because if you do that, I'll remove you. So Peter, I'm going to remove you. You're trying to promote whatever nonsense you're trying to promote here, nobody is here for you to sell them anything, right? So stop doing it. You will be removed from the group and you wouldn't have access to this anymore, right? It's that simple. Remove. Oh, sorry. I need to remove the wrong person. Let me just remove you. That would be remove, and just make sure I'm getting the right person. Okay, good. He's removed from the group. Don't try to promote anything in here, right? Let's knock it off. I just relax. He's no longer in there. He's removed. So let's go. And you wouldn't get access anymore once you're removed. So everybody relax. Right? If you want to promote your stuff, go promote it somewhere else. Don't do that. It's just not, it's kind of petty. Don't you find it? It's very petty to do that. Who would trust somebody like you? He's not here, but who would trust somebody like that when you're coming here to promote your stuff? Oh boy, let's go. Some people just don't. So look at this. This is the Aussie dollar. This is what I said. I told you yesterday. I'm expecting this to go up totally, right? Because in the big picture, we probably completed this pattern. I'm looking at this as a complete pattern. Now, remember, corrective structures tend to be very complex, which means they can be more complex than they are right now, right? And that means this could retest the low and still go back. That would be another pattern within the corrective structure. But I'm not expecting them to do that, which means I'm already in the buy. I'm upside down. You can see that. There is no question about that, because I explained to you, I got tagged at the top. This is the silver. I'm 4,000 upside down because I got tagged at the top here. I took this buy already, and then I got tagged at the top, right? I wasn't expecting an expanding flat, and I put an entry order and tagged me. I'm expecting this to be an expanding flat and go up. So where would you buy? You would buy when it breaks the top, right? Which means if I'm looking for another buy, sorry, I shouldn't say you. If I'm looking for another buy, when it breaks the top, or if I see a flag somewhere in here, I'll buy. Right? Based on the pattern, I cannot buy it right now. If you buy right now, you'll get yourself in trouble. I will not buy right now. Let's go. New Zealand. New Zealand, I expect this to go up big time, all the way back to this top, and then come down based on the structure we're looking at. On the 1 hour, there's a good chance they're going to go they're going to test the low once more, because I don't know if any of my trader took the trade, but we were looking to buy when they break the low, but it didn't really break the low much. They just tagged it. And when they do that, sometimes they do go back a little and then come, right? Sometimes they do that. They go back a little and then they come. And sometimes they just, they do like this and then go, and sometimes they take off. So you can't buy in a structure like this, because a structure like this is a sell setup. Now, I'm not going to sell it either. I'm not looking for a sell. I'm looking for a buy. And I think this is the moment where I can use nothing. Don't worry, nothing's running away from me. This is the moment where I want to use it to explain something that I learned only today. I was looking at a video and a neuroscientist talking about kind of fear and what creates fear and what creates all these anxiety and thing in people and how you can change that. Because my traders have that problem a lot, and how you can change that, right? And I learned something that I knew, but I didn't know how to explain it to you guys, right? Remember, I keep saying you're scared and you're afraid of the market and all that because you don't know what it's doing, right? And by not knowing what to do, you're thinking, oh my God, it could go down and it could go up. And I think a lot of you have got this. You get in the trade and they start going into, oh my God, it's going against me. Let me close the trade. And then you close it and it starts to go back in the direction you want, and you bought it or sell it again. And then, you keep getting panic modes and all because you don't know what it's doing. And the problem is you're trying to hold two thoughts in your head at the same time. And your brain somehow can't do that. It can't hold two conflicting thoughts, and it's, store two conflicting thoughts at the same time. Your brain just cannot do that. It creates kind of a uncomfortable situation for you. You get nervous, you get all of that stuff, right? And because of that, you tend to panic, right? That's what it's going. It's not spiking, it's going in that. I just said you should not, when you're trading, you should not get very nervous. You should not get very anxious, and the anxiety come, oh my God, it's jumping. Relax. This is the number one thing you would learn if you're trading with me. Relax. It's going nowhere. It's not even at the level where you should be interested in it. You buy there now and you watch it fall like a rock. And that is what will happen to you. If you're actually getting all that nervous when you're seeing candles move, you will lose your account very fast. So come back to what I was saying. The idea is, because you don't understand what it's doing and you don't know what you need to wait for before you can get into a trade, right? You don't understand the whole structure. You're chasing the candles and they go up and down and you get very nervous about it and you make a lot of problem, right? And that is what is costing you so much, problems. That is basically the whole problem you're getting. And that damages your trading. You can't trade. You're trading out of anxiety or the emotions that you shouldn't have when you're trading. See, I'm relaxed. I'm in trades. I went to sleep last night. I slept very well. You have to have a view. You have to have one view of the chart, and it's either go your way or it doesn't go your way, right? So can everybody hold their conversation? I ask that you do that because afterwards we'll come to them. I will start removing some people if you're going to go crazy. So let me see. Silver spiking, forget about that. So MACD is used to diving, there's a wave count and wave count. I don't know about that. Okay, I see one more person I need to remove. I think the trolls are coming, so we will just have to get rid of them. Just give me a second. Yep, let's go. I would not waste time with people who are trolling. You will be removed immediately. So what is, I don't sleep, always nervous. Yeah, you probably are. Let's see, wave count, really, I don't know. What wave count has, you will not see wave count here because we're not teaching you here. We're not doing a course here. We're showing you, let me just explain to you again. You're here to see how I trade, right? Right? You're just here to see how I trade. And you either watch how I trade and try to figure out whether you like what I do, or you can, don't do that. Don't disturb the rest of the people who want to do that. Right? So let's go. We'll come to that. Silver, I'm in silver. It's not going anywhere. I explain that to people, everybody getting nervous. You cannot buy silver here, guys. You buy silver here, you will watch it fall like this and you will lose your account. Most of you will. right? Because it could retest the top. I can't tell you strategy-wise, that's not a buy. Wait, just wait. I'll tell you when it's ready for a buy setup, right? Or I will show you how I trade it. I cannot buy silver there. That's what I was saying. I will not buy silver here. Even if I wasn't in the trade, I will not buy it here. Right? Those who are on YouTube, they could come over. We only have 188 people in this room, and this room has a capacity of 500. You will get to ask questions when we start the question sessions, right? And well, if you just want to look at the trading, that's okay. You don't have to come. This is not a buy. I'm already in that buy. You have to wait. We have to wait for it to break out of this entire structure. Prove that it's not just a bigger structure. Because most of you would do that. You would jump into the trade right here, and then you would watch it do this. And you probably would put your stop here, and you would be taken out of it. That is because you don't understand this thing. You don't understand what's happening in there, right? So you don't understand what's happening there. And that's why you jump into it, because, hey, it's moving. Oh my God, it's moving. If I don't jump in, I'm going to miss it. Well, you might miss it if it's going, because I think it's going to go. But in terms of strategy, I don't have a buy setup. That's two different things. One thing is your analysis says it should go, and that's why I'm in the buy. That is why I bought it twice, because my analysis says it should go. I'm sorry, let me go back. I was going to click this one here. And that's why I'm in the buy twice, because the analysis tells me it should go. But in terms of strategy buying here, that's wrong. Where did I bought? I bought where there was a setup to buy much earlier. And because structurally that has not changed, I stuck with the trade. I stayed with it because I know it's going to go, right? But you can't just buy a moving candle. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. Just repeat to yourself. Don't ever. You're going to lose your account if you do that. And you're going to lose your account really fast if you try to do that. That's not the way you should trade. Good. Let's go. What else is moving? Aussie is going up slowly. You bought gold. Maybe gold has a setup. Let's go look at gold. Gold might have a setup to buy. Yeah, actually, you could have bought gold. If you bought gold here on the break of this, that's a great setup. Anybody bought gold in this area here? See, this line was here. That line was the entry order. Gold has a setup to buy. Aussie doesn't. Silver doesn't have a setup to buy. Anybody in gold from this area? If you bought gold from there, you're doing well. Great. So those of you who bought gold there, that's a wonderful buy setup. If you're following me, you should know that that's where you can buy gold. They had a perfect. See that correction there? You had a perfect correction. You had a flag here. This was a buy setup because gold has a different complete structure. See, this structure in gold is absolutely different. I would keep the gold. I'd move my stop to break even and keep it until it comes to this stop there. Right? That means when gold come here, then is when you will have to look to see whether the bigger structure is going to take precedent and is going to go back down, or whether they're just going to continue to go up and this is the end of the entire down move correction. All right? Let's go. Next one. Let me see what else looks good for a trade. Here is a good trade, Swiss. Dollars. Let me go to the yen. The yen might be the first one to give you the trade. Let's see if the yen is going to ready for a trade. I'm waiting for a flag here for a sell. This could be a nice sell. If yen goes up back from here, we can buy it. But if it is going to, this is an entry order we had on. You can take that off. It didn't trigger. If they go up from there, we don't have a buy here. But if they break this, we have a very, very good sell setup. So we can go with this sell. Where do we think it's going to go from there? Well, there's a very good chance we're retesting this low right back to that area. So if we get that trade, we will take the trade and see where it goes from there. Okay, so we'll be looking for that trade. That's a good setup if they goes. Put it back on the 1 hour, wait for the flag, let it form. It's still forming. We don't have a setup, we can buy. All right. Somebody said oil has a 1 hour flag. Let's go take a look at oil for you. I think you wanted oil since you come in. No, that's not a 1 hour flag. I can see where you're looking for the sell setup. It's you can probably sell it. You'll have to put a stop here. Let me, this is a very high risk trade. If you sell it here, you have to use a very strong stop there, which means if they break that top, you're no longer in the trade. But there is a chance it's coming down. There's a very good chance it's coming down because the bigger structure in oil, see this? We don't have any divergence on this going up, but the bigger structure, this is a corrective move. This is your impulse done, and you're actually going against that impulse, right? So at some point, this would either go down back or they will make a bigger correction here, go back up and then come down, which means this corrective structure could be more complex, right? Now, we would look in here to see whether it's turning. And in the 4 hour, we would look for a complete structure, which we do have, right? We have an impulse. We have an impulse. We have a correction. We have an impulse, a correction, an impulse, a correction, and we're here. We've got another impulse and another smaller correction. So at some point, yes, you will probably come back here either for a much deeper correction and then go, or you're actually making a big move to the downside. Either possible. In this case, I think, yes, it's a very high risk trade. I don't trade oil, so I can tell you that I don't take trades in oil. If I was trading oil, would I sell it there? No. I'll wait. That's a very high risk trade if you're trading. I would wait for this to come down. I'll wait for it to make a flag, and then I'll sell. That is how I would trade it if I was trading it. Now, are there trades that you can take at the top there, that basically would do what you want them to do? Yes, they can. And silver seems to be giving us a gift by going up. And I think a lot of you are already in silver, which is great. How many of you in a silver trade buy already? Only one me. I was expecting to see about like 200 Ys out there already, right? And that should be so, right? From the low and from different places, right? I'm not even counting the ones I closed. See, this is the power of wave analysis. You don't have to be afraid of the chart. You just have to know where it's going to go, right? How much times have I said, oh, maybe I never told you guys I think silver is going to go up. So it's my fault. Sorry about that. I have probably never told you to buy it because it's going to go up, right? This trade is going to make a ton of money, just so you know, right? So we will go with this, and I think we will watch this here. So on the bigger picture, where we are expecting it to go, this is what we want. The reason I said you can't sell it here is you see this here. We're still within the structure of downside. So can they do that and then go back up? Possible. Am I expecting them to do that, then go back up? No, I'm expecting them to go through here. And if they go through here today, any corrections they make in here, if you're not in a trade, this would be your opportunity to get into a trade, right? That would be all of us, the opportunity for all of us to get in. If you sell now, if you buy now, you'll get yourself in trouble because we don't know that they're going up as yet, right? We're still in a downtrend and we're still consolidating. Let it break out, let it make a flag, and then you will get in the trade. But if you're aggressive like we are, and you bought, some people bought from the very low. I did close already. Some of us, I bought again in here. And I bought in this because I thought I was going to. So if you're in that, you don't have to worry, right? Even if this, like I said, even if this stops and come back here, I would not be worried about it. The only thing if I see that happen, the only thing I would do is I'll try to close the trade that I have here for positive, wait for it to come here, and then buy another lot from there. Right? That is what I will do. That's how I will trade it. So let's go. Everybody keep your chat because if there's a question there, I wouldn't be able to answer it, right? Again, keep your trades to the end. Let's go. Gold, if you bought it, gold has a better chance of going up all the way because we tagged the low and gold structure is different from the gold structure is an up structure already confirmed. We already had this big correction. We were already making an impulse. This is more of a correction to go. Like I said, the only thing you'd have to do is watch it when it gets to this level. Watch it when it gets to that level. If they're going to make a new one down or if they're going to take off. And that's a lot. By that time, you should be able to make a lot of money, right? So let's go. Somebody wanted CAT Swiss. Is there a trade set up in it? Just don't ask for it because we'll be wasting a lot of time if there is no trade set up in it, right? Let me see if CAT Swiss has any trade set up. Yes, you can wait for the breakout. You still have to wait for it to break out of that correction on that. This is a very nice correction for a buy setup. Wait for it to break, and once it breaks out, we'll look for a flag and buy it. All right, there is no buy setup here as yet. Yes, it's a very nice buy setup. We were expecting this to come all the way back to this out of the structure. There's a bigger structure there. Let me go into 4 hours so you can see it. So I'll take all of this out. Let me just go to the daily so you can see what structure we're looking for. This one comes from the daily, right? And I think we've broken the low. I think we've made a low here and we are trying to go up. So I'm looking for this to come back here. That is a very big trade. right? I'm expecting it to go back to that level. That's a very big trade. So if they break out of this structure, that is the structure you're looking at, the bigger structure here. If they break out of this structure, which we did already, we're breaking out of the structure here, and you're getting a nice corrective structure here to go, right? You're getting the support of a corrective structure in here to go up. We can take the trade. We just need a flag to buy, right? If we get a flag, we'll be buying, right? That would be good. Euro is going up. No, Euro is consolidating now. If it makes a flag, we will. If Euro makes a flag now, we will buy it. If not, they can reverse and retag the low. And if it tags the low, we will buy. We will buy under the low, definitely. Right? I will be buying under the low if Euro does that. Right? Pong Oz. I think I looked at Pong Oz already. So let's go. Pong Oz. What is the trade in Pong Oz? Pong Oz is going down. Do we have a trade there? No, you don't. We know it's going to go down, right? I already said to you in the very start, I'm expecting them to go in. But here's what if you're in the selling Pong Oz, watch it when it gets to that level. Two things you want to see. One is you want to see them break through the structure. That changes everything. That's total downside. If they break the structure and they consolidate under here, we will sell, right? If they don't break the structure, if you're in a sell, you want to first get out. And the second thing, you want to see them make a correction here like this. If they make a correction like that, we're going to be selling from the top here downwards. What you don't want to see them do is you don't want to see them reverse from here very fast. Because if they do that, we're coming back to test this top. We will break this top and then we will go down. Now, those are three scenarios I give you, three possible ways this structure could develop. Each one is very possible to happen right now. But here's the thing about wave analysis. You look at what you have and you make a forecast of what it can be. And then you wait to see which one is playing out. Which one of those three scenarios is playing? Because any one that plays out will give you a trade. We will either get a wonderful buy to the upside, we will get a great sell to the downside, or we will have to wait a long time for the correction to finish and then sell it, right? What account size do you guys trade? Like everybody trade their own account size. Why will you want to start a company? You want 200 people to be posting what account size they trade, what, and how is important is that to you? It's useless. Nobody should answer that question. It doesn't matter what account size anybody trades. Like, what has that got to do with anything? Come on, guys. Let's make it interesting. Let's not make it useless, right? Any info about copper and New Zealand CAD? We'll go. Yes. Copper, we're looking for a sell. Let's see if the sell setup is there in copper. Not as yet. We're looking for a sell. I'm not looking for copper to buy because let me show you the bigger structure in copper, why I'm not looking for buy. This is the big structure you have in copper. See? What we are doing here is what they did here. They consolidate in a triangular pattern. We're consolidating here in an expanding flat. Now, there is a chance they broke the top already. So there is a chance they might make one more thing, break the top. But once they do that, you're looking for this trade. So do you want that trade or do you want this trade? That's the question. Well, if you want the first, you can jump in right now. If you want the one to the downside, you have to have patience and wait for it. But it's a really good trade once it starts going. And will it go? Well, there's a 90% chance it's going to go to the downside after it breaks the top or before it breaks that top. Now, what you need to do is watch what it's doing right now. What are the possibilities that we're looking for a running flat here or an expanding flat here and then go? See? That's how you look at the charts. Now, some of you may be looking at that and say, what the hell is he drawing up and down the plays and he's not taking a trade as yet, right? I'm in trades and I will take trades when I see one, right? So right now, this is not a trade, but you can put an entry order here. Actually, we have an entry order there, right? So if I were you, I put an entry order there. If I was trading copper, I can't trade copper on my account, right? Because I do spot trades and you can do CFDs only, and I don't want to get into all of that. I'm not very good at doing that. So I do spot trades because I can manage them very well. I think there is a good chance copper is coming back to about this level, and then it's going to fall very hard, right? So we will see. They can retest the top, but that's not an interesting trade. What make I trade certain things like silver and not oil? It's most of the time it's the same trade. It's a dollar-based trade. And I choose the ones I like. Good question, by the way. What makes us choose any, and like why do I trade, I don't know, sometimes Aussie and not New Zealand so much? I pretty much pick the ones that have a very good setup for me that I like, and it's the safest trade to me, and I take it. So why silver and not oil? Well, because if you look at silver, I've already explained this, it doesn't have a lot to go down. Oil has a lot to go down, and I'd rather take silver because any day silver looks like a better trade to me. Just to me now. We have a lot of traders trading oil in the room, and I think we have one trader who was trading only oil in our group. Literally, he was only trading oil, right? Every time, his trades are always only oil because he understands it very much. He knows it. He's in oil business, and there's a lot of reasons why he does it. Now, people choose instrument. We have people, one guy was trading only S&P 500, and he was doing very well. I don't know what he's doing now because I haven't heard from him well, but when he was just starting, the thing was showing me the trades, he was doing very well, right? So you can choose any instrument. It doesn't matter what you're trading. The analysis is the same. How you're going to analyze it is going to be the same way, right? The same way you're going to do any analysis. Punk Chief breaking flag. Let's go look at that. If it's breaking, that would be a good trade. I like that one. Punk Swiss. Let's see. Yep. 1 hour. We're probably breaking. Good. It's just starting to break, so you got to wait for that confirmation. We don't have a confirmation on this is, you see, we don't have a single candle that is showing us like they're going to go down. All these are just small candles, so they can actually still continue and do this. They can still do this, right, for a very long time and then drop. But once they drop and they give us the sell signal, we will go for it. I don't have a sell signal there as yet, right? But this is a good trade to the downside. I'm keeping an eye on it, and we're looking for that sell setup. Let's see if we get it, right? Simon, you're welcome to go off if you don't want. You're looking for action. We're trading. I'm a professional trader. I'm not an action movie star. I'm not here to give you action. I'm here to show you how to trade and teach you to have patience and learn to trade. Simon is one of the few people who will probably, sorry, but you will not succeed if that's your attitude to trading. So tell me something, Simon. If you're running a grocery store and you come in the store in the morning, you open up, and for the first half of the day, nobody came in, what are you going to do? Close the store and go home? Question is to everybody. Let's think of it. You either treat this as a business and make money, or you jump around like a fool and you don't make any money. You're chasing, you're chasing all kinds of stuff all over the place, right? No, it's just pity that he's coming into the room and you can just leave without making your comments. Right? It's easy. If you don't like what I'm doing, just leave. Don't make stupid comments because I will have to answer to your comments. Right? Just don't make them. Just leave. Right? So let's look for trades. This is going to be a good trade. Silver is going. Let silver confirm the trade first, and then we will take it. No, Simon made a very good point. I want to make that point so other people don't follow that. You can't jump around when you want to be a professional trader. Right? You have to have a very calm attitude. You have to be very, very nice. You have to be very calm, because if you're emotionally high, you will make emotional trades. Right? See, I'm relaxed. I'm not worried by anything or anybody. I'm relaxed. I'm trying to help you guys to see, do what I do. Relax. Don't jump in the trade. Take your time. Everything is going to go your way. How long am I having silver trades? Weeks, months. I don't freak out. So that comment just helped me to tell the rest of the traders, don't do that. Don't do that. That's one of the things you should never do, because you wouldn't be successful if you do that. Relax. I don't know. Somebody has a plan with silver that is helping me. I don't know. Maybe I call the guys. Any one of you call the silver people and told them I'm doing the course, they should help me out, push it up, because it seems they're really going fast, faster than I expected. Right? So I'm going to be honest with you. I expected to go, but I didn't expect this big move right now, right here, right? So this is a bonus for me. And it's good to know, because like I always said, if you're going to get a big surprise, you have to be on the right side of the trade. That's my traders, what I tell them every day. Be on the right side of the trade, and you will wake up to a big surprise one day. Evaluate Aussie, New Zealand. Let's do Aussie, New Zealand. Let's go. Aussie, New Zealand, buy setup. You can buy it. If you wanted to buy it, if you're looking for a setup, there was a buy setup right here. I did not buy Aussie New Zealand because I'm already in Aussie, right? I can't put the Aussie and Aussie New Zealand. That's the same trade because I expect the move to the upside to be an Aussie move, right? So my traders are in. Some of my traders are in. I saw that this morning. We talked about it in our webinar, but I can't. I don't put the same risk in the same pair all the time, right? US oil. We just did US oil. Abhishek, are you sleeping? We just did the US oil. We said, I just explained it. We can't go over the same thing over and over. We just did it. Somebody asked before you and we just did it. When the room gets quiet again, we'll go through back it. You'll be 10% on this. Great. That's amazing. What about the Swiss? Swiss, we are waiting for a sell setup. Dollar Swiss, we're waiting for a sell setup. So let's go. Dollar Swiss. I'm waiting to sell it. So it's going up right now, but I wanted to break the top and then I'll be looking for a sell setup. So where I'll be looking for a sell setup? Once we break this top. I wanted to go up there and then start a down move, and I'll be looking for a sell setup because this is an impulse. That's a correction. And I'm looking for one more down. I'm not looking for the buy setups. Right? We're not looking for buy setups in that. Pong Yen, we're waiting for a buy setup. There is no trade on it as yet. We looked at that already. So let's go. Swiss, I don't have that chart on. We'll come to that. Charts that I don't have on, we'll come to them at the end of the webinar. Very close. Seems breaking out flag, US CAD. No, US CAD is a sell setup. Let's go look at the US CAD. No, you're breaking this piece here, but you don't have a flag. So let's go to the 1 hour. If you look at what it's doing right now, good question. So what it's doing this. And you said, oh, it's breaking a flag. Let's sell it here. What are the chances that they do this? See, that's where traders lose their money. They jump into a trade here and then they watch it do that and then come down and they're like, oh my God, I got taken out here and look, now it's going down, right? It's not a sell setup as yet. Even if it is going to go down, that is not a sell setup. Just be careful. New Zealand CAD, next one. Do you consider fundamental analysis along with your tech? No, I don't. If I consider fundamental analysis, I wouldn't be in silver so long. I wouldn't be in pound CAD so long. Because remember, they were breaks it and fix it and voting and all of that going on. And I was like, okay, I'm looking for it to go down. Simple. You do whatever you want fundamentally. I'm looking at what's happening in the chart. And regardless of what, and that's the basis of wave analysis. That is the basis of wave analysis. The basis of wave analysis is that whatever they're doing is in the chart. So you don't have to listen to what they say, watch what they do. And the chart will tell you the direction it is likely going to go, right? So if you look at the direction of where it's going to go, and you see the direction in the chart tells you to sell, and everybody else is fundamentally saying a buy, look for your sell setup. You will rather be wrong about it. But if you're right about it and you miss that sell, you're going to beat yourself up. Europong, no, I haven't covered the Europong. Let's look at the Europong. We will look at the Europong, see if we have a trade. I'm looking for a buy. You could actually have been in this buy already. There was a buy set up very close here. If you were in that, you can put the break. Even if not, wait for it to break the top and pull back. You can't buy it here. That's not a good risk to reward trade, right? If you're in from the first one, great. If you're in from this one, just put your stop somewhere here and leave it. Right? Just put your stop somewhere there and leave it. That's what I would do. Remember when I said you can do that, that's the advice I'm giving of what I would do, right? You don't have to do that, right? You can decide to do something else. Euro might be giving us a trade today. Let's see if Euro breaks the top. I want Euro to really make a small flag here for us because I don't want to get into a structure that just breaks this top and turn to the downside, right? That means we'll have a flat pattern here that goes down. Now, Euro was a buy-in here if anybody bought it. Anybody bought Euro earlier? Great. Well, Isaac, you're in my group. I was looking for more pieces outside, but okay, the groups in my groups took it. If you took the trade earlier, you're doing well. So you can just, if I were you, I would just move my stop to break even and walk away from the chart until I see signs that it's going to turn. Now, I don't think they're going to turn, but I'm telling you that's a possibility. You might get a buy in the pound dollar. So here's it. We might get a buy in the pound dollar here. There's a nice short-term trade here. and it's short term. Now, I would really like the pound dollar to break the low first, right? Which means I would like this structure to come tag the low and then go back up. As it stands right now, if it goes back up and we get this trade, I will treat it as a short-term trade, somewhere to about this level, and then expect it to still come back and tag the low. So if I get into the buy in this, there isn't the buy setup as yet, but it's making flag. But if I get into this buy, I would treat it as a short-term trade, not a long-term trade, until it breaks out of this structure. And if they do break out of that structure, then I will keep the trade to retest that top, right? Now, until they break this low, I am not sure what the structure is going to do. Now, when they break that low, the structure will tell me exactly what I'm looking for, right? What pattern is completed, what pattern it can make in the future, right? No, it doesn't mean the pattern is complete. This just means which pattern you're looking at. So good question, because everybody's asking me a question. I keep saying, well, let it break the top, let it break the bottom, right? It depends on which pattern. So let me give you a simple one so everybody will understand. If you have an impulse and you have another impulse and you have a correction and it's breaking out, most traders will say that that's a good buy setup here. But you also have to know, is this going to go here or is it just going to do this and turn? And now you have a flat here. Question, which one will it be? Will it be the one that go or will it be this one? And that is what you know. So when I said I'm looking for it to break this top or break that low, I'm waiting to see when it does that, which one of those two situations we're going to get, right? Which one of those two situations are going to happen? Is it a total reversal? Or is it just a correction to go down more? And you can know that actually if you read the entire structure correctly. Most traders don't. And that is where we come in. And that is where I said, okay, good. I can see this pattern, but let this pattern confirms itself. And if that pattern confirms itself, we're totally going up. So let's go in it. Let me show you that on the euro. This is the euro daily chart. Sorry, I'm at the pound. Let me go euro. This is the euro daily chart, right? I'm expecting the euro to go up big time. I wanted to break this low, and then I'm expecting it to come up here. Actually, I was in the buy already once and I closed it. I think you saw that buy, right? I closed that trade earlier, right? So why am I not taking this trade here right now? Same thing like I just explained, because we haven't broken the low. That means I don't have the confirmation that the pattern is complete. This could go up from here. They don't have to break the low. This could go up, but breaking the low would confirm to me that, hey, you know what? That pattern is over. But they didn't break the low, right? So I'm waiting to see if they're going to break the low. Now, if they come back, that means there's a possibility for them to come here and then go back up. See? So for me, I need more confirmation for the trade. Now, when I get that confirmation, I'll definitely take the trade. So is silver going very nice for all of us? It's breaking the structure now, and this is what I want to do. I want to see silver break out of this structure completely. Right? Once it breaks that structure and they consolidate, we are totally upside. So far, silver is going really nice. We're at 597. We're getting positive on silver. So let it go. Right? So it's 582. Now we're at 597. See how the account moves? So you guys are getting a glimpse of how this account works. This is how it works. So let's see if we can get it to 650 today. That's possible. Sir, when prices in complex correction, can we switch to why? Why you want to switch to something else? Right? I don't know. There's no reason to. You have to stick to what you know, right? And this is the biggest problem with traders. When things don't go their way, when they're learning something and they can't figure it out, and so they switch to something else. No, you have to figure out what you're doing right now. The waves don't change if you go to something else, right? The pattern does not change if you go to something else. The chart will not do something else if you go to anything else, right? I've been in silver since September, I think. I closed after the New Year's. I closed 87,000 profit, two or three trades, and now I'm back in silver. I told you I'm doubling this account on silver. Did I ever tell you guys that? You're going to learn to trade. Here's the thing. Stick around with me for a week. You're going to learn a few things. Or you can be like Simon. There's no action. I'm going. Stick around for a week. Have some patience. You're going to learn. And you're going to learn the style I trade, because right now, if I was trading, I would not even be looking at silver. I don't care. I'm already in because I know where it's going. And I'm not going to take another trade in silver now, right? I said Friday, that was the day to take the trade, not today. Today is too late. Friday was when you were supposed to take it. How long do I take? Well, that depends. That's a good question. How long will it take to go? Can it go today? I don't know. What if somebody just gets a let's put it green. What if somebody just gets wild and moves silver to this point today? It can happen, right? It's not like you've never seen that happen. We've all seen silver move. I don't know how fast or how slow it's going to go. But here's something I'm going to tell you. If it goes slow, better for me. If they make an impulse, make a correction, make an impulse, make a correction, every time they do that, I get a new trade. So if they want to go slow, okay, better for me. I get more trades, more money. Okay, for those of you who are not my traders, let me just, don't try to learn wave analysis by what I'm doing here this week. You will not learn it. Don't try to do it. You will confuse yourself more than you're learning it. There are very strict rules to it. We have to teach you all the things. Then we have training sessions for you. I know you want to learn it, but this is not all. What you're getting here is very, very little compared to what you can get. But you can really confuse yourself if you take one part of one thing that I tell you and decide, oh, I got it. Right? It's not one thing, and it's not just one piece. It's not if it breaks a low or a high. It breaks a low. Every time it's going to, okay, let me just explain this so that it doesn't confuse you guys. I'm trying to prevent you from making mistakes. So you do this and it does this, and you said you break the low, I'll buy. And it breaks the low and it goes there. Do you know what it will do when it breaks that low? Why do I say when it breaks the low, then I want to buy, or when it breaks it down? You don't know that. It's not depending on low and top. It's depending on patterns. There is only one thing you have to take away from today. You have to know the patterns, and you have to know how to identify them correctly in the charts. That's the only thing I do. I look at the patterns and I said, I know this pattern. Or I look at the pattern and said, you know what? I don't know what this pattern is, but I know that if it continues to, it will continue to develop. I'm looking at 3 possibilities from what I have. And every time it develops, those possibilities get less and less. So I have this, and then I get that. I can't decide what that pattern is going to do. I have no idea. But then the pattern does something like this. And now I know something. I know I'm expecting one more up. This one more up will either break the top or will come here. And as it's developing, I know what it's going to do. And then I can tell you, hey, I've seen that pattern before. I know exactly what it's going to do. And now I know how I'm going to trade it. See? That's it. That's what trading is about. It's about the ability to read the patterns correctly. Now, most of you can't do that, right? And that is the whole thing. You can't. You just can't sit by yourself and decide, hey, I'm going to learn these patterns that easy. It's not that easy to learn. Do you have rules for this correction? We have rules for everything in my trading room and in my course and in my group. We have rules for everything. We even have rules of how you're going to stay in the group. Just bought Pong Oz for your strategy. You just bought Pong Oz? Ow. That's a dangerous one. You bought something that is going down really, really nice. I hope you have a very good stop, because this is not a buy setup. I can tell you that for sure. That's not a buy setup. I'm expecting it to, it's not even a sell setup. I'm expecting it to come here. And I don't have a buy or a sell setup on it as yet. It's just moving. It's a better sell setup than a buy setup. But hey, let's see. Maybe your strategy is great, right? I'm expecting it to go down, but I don't have a sell setup on it as yet, right? So we'll see. Just wait. Pong is a buy. If you want to buy, you can buy Pong. With Aussie going up faster than Pong, I think there's unlikely that you're going to get Pong Oz to go up, because Aussie, unless Pong makes a spike now, this is going up really fast, right? Pong is going up really slow. So that means Pong Oz goes down, and it will go down until it breaks that low. When it breaks that low, that is when I'm looking for a buy. So when am I looking for a buy in the Pong Oz? First, break this low for me. See, I have that line there. Not until you break that, I'm not interested in the buy. Break that turn, and then I'm interested in the buy. But hey, good luck to you. you might know something I don't, right? So let's see. All the best there. Let's go. What else are you looking at that we can trade right now that has a trading strategy, has something to trade in? I'm looking for something we can enter into. EuroCAD long-term sell. Let's see the EuroCAD long-term sell. I like it. I like the EuroCAD long-term sell. 4-hour and daily. Here's what I'm looking for in the EuroCAD. EuroCAD. Let me show everybody this one in the weekly first, because it's going to be important why you're asking for a long-term sell, because I'm expecting them to come back, retest this low. Long-term, this should come back and retest this low. This is the trade I'm looking for. So where's the entry point in that trade? If you're like me, you enter a little early. I entered the trade a little early in here, somewhere in here I entered, so I'm a little upside down on it. But I'm looking at it to see whether they can retest this top and then go. That's a very, very strong probability. So if you're going to look for a long-term sell, you might want to have it above there. That would be the best thing to do. Now, if they're going to break from here and drop, great, you will have a sell setup. So let's go look at it in a 4-hour. Doesn't look like they're going to break, right? So I got in the trade a little early, no big deal. I had a chance for break even when they came back here. I got in somewhere here. When they came back, they break even. I ignored it because I still think they're going to go. If this is going to continue to go up, I think there's a good chance they will make a correction like this, something like that. And that will be my exit strategy. Then I would look for the upside. But if they just go in one straight line, they'll come back in one straight line. So I'm not bothered by it. If they go right now, tag this like this, and then come back, I'll probably look for another sell here on the downside. Right? So long term, it's downside. Right now, we don't have a trade. Right? You're not going to get a trade every time because you make the analysis and you think it's going to go, right? You just have to wait for the trade setup to come. And when you get the trade setup, that's when you go. Pound dollar, don't miss it. If anything, we might get pound dollar, but I don't think it's going to be right now. We just have to wait for that. What are the trades you can get? EuroCAD is going up. I will not buy the EuroCAD here either. On the 1 hour, no buy setup. The buy setup was this morning here. If you wanted to buy it, buy here this morning. Anybody bought that? I don't know if anybody bought that. It's not the best buy setup, but it's a good buy setup if you bought it. That would have been a buy setup. Okay, see, a few people are listening, they're learning. What else do we have? We have Euro New Zealand. It's going up. We need a correction to buy. Yen is about to break, so let's see if we can sell yen. Yen might be something we can get a trade on today. Yes, yen is coming. Wait for it to close. I want that hourly candle to close first, because it could still be a wick at the end of the hour. Natural gas, US Singapore. Let's see, I have US Singapore, and then we'll go to natural gas. I think natural gas is more of a... Yep, it's a buy actually. Once you broke this, they broke the low here and then they turn. That's a buy setup. If you're looking for a buy, not much of a flag though. I'll wait on it. Wait for a flag because there is no flag. And if you buy just above here, you'll have to go to break even right under this. I think you're going to get more upside on it though. On euro, dollar, Singapore dollar, let's see. No trade is yet, but looks like you're making a correction here. Okay, I would put this like, we didn't break below. That's strange. Because this looks like 1, then you'll have a 1, 2, 3. This will probably give you this move and then downside. You'll have to go back for an impulse to the top. I don't think this one, it's coming down here, but that's very short term. See, you're in this structure. So I'll wait for them to come here and then I'll wait for it to go there. And when they break the top, then you can look for your sell. All right, that's where Singaporean dollar for you, Sam. Oil. New Zealand yen, let's see what the New Zealand yen is doing. Nothing there. No trade set up on the New Zealand yen. Let's go. New Zealand yen. I'm looking for a buy. See, I'm looking for a buy, but we don't have a trade set up as yet. I want to see this go back up. Let's see if we can get a 1 hour buy. We might get one today. Let's see. I wanted to break out of this first. actually breaking out, and you're getting a small you're getting a one move up. Let them move up, make a flag, and then we buy. You can't buy into that, but it's worth the buy. Actually, it's a very aggressive trade. If you can buy it, if I would buy it now, that would be an aggressive strategy. So I'll use a stop here. I'm not buying this one, but if I buy there, I'll put a stop here. It's an aggressive strategy. You notice what it's doing here? See that? You could have one of this here, so they could drop again one more time and then go. So why not wait for it to go up and pull back first? When they do this, then we'll get with the trade, right? If they go up and pull back, then we get the trade. The pound is about to break out. Let it break out, then we look for the pound buy, right? Turkish lira, let's see. I had the Turkish lira, I'm pretty sure. Where were they? Okay, sorry, yeah, I got it. 4 hour. It's going up, but it's very slow. You see, we're in this pattern. See this, how this went up? You've got this really weird looking correction here. It's a correction, but it's really weird looking. So I think this is gonna go up a little more. But then you start looking for that sell setup because you've got a big correction forming here. Now, if you get a good buy setup there, that would be a trade, but I don't see a good buy setup there. I don't trade this, but I'm not seeing a great buy setup at that level. You had one this morning here. If you're already in the buy, if you're already in the buy, you can use a stop here to make sure that your thing, but okay, you close. I still think it's a buy. They will go up, break this stop, and then you can start to look for your downside. So if you get a good trade setup, it's worth it. It's not the best trade setup on this one, but I see what you're looking at. So let's see what else we're looking for. Aussie going up, but we don't have a trade there too. Natural gas buy, we just looked at it. It's a buy setup, but it's better if you wait for the flag. But there's an aggressive trade. Maybe if I was trading it, I'll take it. Nifty, interesting. We're looking for Nifty to start the down move. Let's see if it started. Let's see if you're getting the down move on Nifty. You might start get it, right? You just have to be careful that this doesn't become more of a correction for upside. But an entry order here, if they drop, that's a good trade. Aussie currency, you want AU 200? I don't think I have AU 200. Oh yeah, I have it. Let's go. Let's see what the daily is doing. Oh, they broke and they went there. The last time somebody asked me, I was looking for that down move and they already got it. So what is it doing right now? They'll probably go break the top again. It's pretty easy. This one is going to go break the top again and then look for your downside. Yeah. So if you're looking for anything, you're looking for a short-term buy setup here and then very short-term. And then once they break that top, I think we'll be looking for downside. Because I'm looking at this correction here. See that? Up, correction, up, correction, up, correction, up. I think that's a flag and that's a running flag. So running flat, sorry. So when they break this top, you can start to look for downside. How far more to the top? Well, not a lot. So the buy setup might not be the best one. Don't use all caps, Isaac. Your cap lock is on. Wait for this. This actually broke out here. See that? They actually broke that in this correction. So you're probably looking at an upside trade if you trade this. But remember, the top is limited. There isn't quite a lot that it could go to the top. Right? We're looking at S&P 500. Somebody want? Let's look at S&P 500. So there's a beautiful flag there to buy. Let's see. Depends on what hour. Let's see the hourly. Beautiful flag for what? Look for buy setups only. There isn't a flag. It's going down a little, but I would not sell this. I will not sell this until we break the top. So, I mean, do you remember when this was going down, what I said? You're looking for buys. When this was going, what I said, you're looking for buys. You need to break that up. When they break that up, then we will start to see whether there are sell setups in it. We showed you this structure. I showed you this structure some while back and I said, this is a big correction, we're going up. We were starting to look for upside from this level, from here and from there, and then it dropped a little lower. And I said, okay, then it's not a running flat, it's an expanding flat. We started to look for buys from here, going up, right? They're going to the top. They'll break the top, and then we'll start to look for sell setups. Gold is a good buy. Yeah, we already saw the gold buy. 1 second, guys. Let me just... My son just got very enthusiastic about something came in. Sorry about that, guys. Let's go. Let's see what else. I will try not to put charts on that I don't have on as yet, because it will take a long time. We have to analyze them in all time frame to tell you what it's going to do. But if you stick on to the end of the second hour, we will probably look at some of them. The end of this second hour that is coming, we can Euro Mexican. Let's see. Yen close 1 hour candle. Good. We can look for the yen for a sell setup. Let's go get the yen then. The yen might give us a trade. So let's see. US yen. 1 hour. Good. It's closed. That candle is closed. So we can actually take the trade here. If you take the trade, here's what you need to do. For those of you who, I can take the trade. I'll probably take the trade. Here's what we're going to do. If I take the trade, I'll calculate my stop here. That's my risk. Right? Where am I targeting? Let me just show you the trade setup that I'm going to go for. I'm targeting it coming back to this low. Right? So I'm taking a trade here with a stop here, and my risk is this. So here is the question. What if I'm wrong about that? What if it doesn't go the way I want it to go? I don't have to live with that risk. So if I see this thing start to change structure, instead of going down, they go back up and then they go back down and they start to do this. Well, I'm closing the trade. I'm waiting for my another sell setup. What if they just make a spike up? What if, well, the stop is to prevent me, but what if they just do this? Well, when they pull back, I close the trade. If it doesn't do what I want it to do, when it pull back, I close the trade. That's the trade I'll be looking for. So 1 hour, I actually like the trade. I like that trade. There is a chance they can go back up here. There is a very good chance that this consolidation is too small. It's not over. They'll probably go back there. But I think if they do that, we'll have enough time to get out of the trade for positive, break even, or just leave it alone. So I'll take the trade. Let's go take that trade for you guys because I like it. My account just closed down, right? New trade, and we're going to go with you. You can see how I take trades, and it's a quick trade, and it's 2,000. Oh, sorry. So let me go back again to that. It just stopped just now. Let's go back. So, okay, we got it. We're in the trade. See, your $200. That's about. They took about a couple of pips. I really don't check on them very much. So we're expecting yen to go down. You see my plan. You see what I'm looking for. I'm looking for yen to go way down to the bottom there. I'm calculating my risk to this level. Yes, light the candle and start praying right now. So if you're in any trade, you can start to pray. That trade is. We'll see. Here's the thing. You have hours and days and weeks to make decision before that trade actually does something you don't like it to do. So far, it's everything it's doing is what you like it to do. So you can wait and just wait. It's doing well, right? So let's wait. We've got one trade now. I like the yen trade. I like the Swiss trade, but the Swiss is not breaking the top for me. What sort of wave validates an impulse for you? It's there is nothing like what sort of wave. An impulse is a wave that goes in the direction of the trend. It's that simple, right? So your next question is, well, how do you identify a trend? And then you can go on and on from there, which we're not going to answer here, right? So you know that, right? Basically. Let's go. What is that? Somebody want to look at Ripple. Let's see what Ripple is doing. Okay, Ripple is breaking out here, but it's in this big, it's a pretty good sell setup, by the way. I like it. A pretty good sell setup for it to at least come back to this low. Right? If they're gonna take off from there, because I like this pattern for downside. If Ripple is taking off from there, you can only buy above the top here, which I don't think. I think if I'll be trading it, I'll be expecting it to come back here, then go, right? Because they go, they make a high, they come back, they make a high, they come back, they make a high. I think it's time for them to come back a little. Any buy has to be above the top, because that pattern is incomplete. You see, we didn't break the low, we didn't break this low. So pretty much in a sideways move. If they come back to the top, they'll probably come back down again. Right? So silver made a big move and it's pulling back. Let's see what silver is doing now. Let's go look at silver. Okay. We need this to confirm. We need that to close. It's pulling back slightly. That's no problem. No need to rush. They all pull back right every time they go. See? This one here. It closed, it pulled back, then it goes. So you don't have to panic that, hey, it's pulling back. What should I do, right? Just relax. If it pulls back all the way here, you can't do anything about it. What do you see about long corrections and short corrections with respect to reversal and continuation? I would say take the 6 weeks course. We can tell you about all of that in the 6 weeks course. Next question. We don't have enough time to answer that question here, right? That question calls for teaching you everything. So we just can't answer it here, right? We don't have 6 weeks to do that here, right? Take the 6 week course and you get the answer to it. Okay, the punk cat is going down nicely for us. Let's go take a look at the punk cat. It's going down nicely. Where do we expect punk cat to go? Well, we'll see if they break this low, but I think they're going to go pretty much nice. So the account is going good. All the trades are going good. I think I may have lit a few candles this morning that it's working, right? A few candles I lit this morning are actually working well. So everything is going my way. Let's see how far and how long they're gonna go. You'll sit and you'll wait and you'll see how you can live in trades, and don't worry. Pong Oz is dropping. Well, we expect that. There was only one person buying it. I don't know who it is. How are you doing with the buys? I hope you have a very big stop, because like I said, they're coming to this level, right? The wave pattern told us you can't buy it there. There is no buy setup there, right? Pound Swiss, it's not gone. The trade is not ready as yet. It's still there. It's still a sell setup and it's not ready as yet. Not as yet. Adris, it's not ready as yet. You know that, right? You should know that, right? You're in the group. So you should not be selling it as yet. Setup for Bitcoin. Let's see if Bitcoin has a setup. Okay, where is the guy who bought the Pong Oz? Where is your stop, by the way, if you don't mind telling us? Somebody was just saying they bought Pong Oz. Where is your stop? You're already in sell. Were you the person who bought it? No, somebody said they bought it earlier. It's gone? Okay. That's how people lose their account and they run away. Just tell us where your stop is, that's all. Nothing's wrong, it could still go up, you might still be right. Okay, the person is gone. Well, you know what traders do sometimes. They come here, I think he might be one of those signal service guys sometimes. It's heading, Emil, were you the person who bought it? I don't think so. So they will come and they will say, hey, I do this, and then wait to see if it goes their way. Well, if there's a lucky chance they go their way, they say, well, I told you it's going up, right? I've seen this trick before. They come and say, hey, I bought this thing. And, they just wait. They didn't do anything. They're waiting to see whether it goes up. And just accidentally it goes their way. They're like, hey, I told you it's going to go up. Why did you say it's going to go down? Right? Like, please. Kids game, right? And when it doesn't go, they just disappear. Let's go, guys. Let's get back to what we were doing. Anyone asks a broker product traded? I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what. Your thoughts on Euro Oz? Euro Oz, we're looking for a sell setup. Let's go look at the Euro Oz. I'm looking for a sell setup. I'm looking for a sell setup, but I wait for this. Let me see. This is not so much a flag. I wanted to correct here and then look for the drop. I want to see a flag there, and then I'll look for the drop. I'm looking for a sell setup, and that's one. Somebody wants Bitcoin very badly. Let's go look at Bitcoin for them. I'm expecting this to probably at least give you one more impulse down here before they go, if they're going to go up, or the chances they're going to come all the way here, right? I'm looking at that pattern and said, well, it's not going up aggressively, so at least one correction before they go. If you want to buy it, you'll have to buy it with the understanding that they're doing this, pull back, this, pull back, this, pull back, this, pull back, and when they do a pattern like that, they tend to fall before they go back up. So the choice will be yours, right? The Swiss is coming down faster than the yen. The Swiss is, which I would love to get, but I don't. It didn't break the top. I would have sold it from the top, but it didn't break the top, and it's coming down. So, okay, we'll wait. We'll wait until we get a good sell setup. And if I don't get a good setup, pound buy is not ready as yet. We haven't broken out as yet. We're still in the consolidation. That means we're not touching it. We're waiting for it to break out. Any crude trades these days? I think we looked at them already. I don't think we had any trade set up in it as yet. Let's see. See, that is why I said, this is a very risky sell. If you do, I'm waiting for it to do this, and then I would sell if they do that. If you buy above the top there, and you can look, this might even become a buy setup for you. It's a very short-term trade. If you're buying above the top there, expect them to just do something like this. Just break that top, and then they can come again, because this correction is really small. When you buy into a big one like this, you get a good impulse. That impulse is going to be short. So I would not be looking for a buy there. You can buy it. You just have to manage the trade to break even. But I would not buy it there. If I was trading, I would not do that. On all time frames, you have impulse and correction. Every single time frame has impulse and correction. The pound Oz is going really nice to the downside. Pound CAD is going, pound New Zealand is going, pound Swiss is going, but we still don't have the trade on the pound Swiss as yet, right? It's going. It's a good trade. We're looking for it, but you can't sell it as yet until you get the confirmation. Yeah, there's not much to the upside. It's probably going to break the top and turn, and you're going to be trapped to the trade like that. The one trade I want that I'm starting to like now is in New Zealand. I really want this trade, and I'm starting to like it now. It's starting to go nice. Like I said, I want to see it get sharp, right? I don't like this pattern. I want to see them really make a sharp move up. So here's what I'm looking for in New Zealand. Let me just give you guys a few lines so you can have an idea. If I'm not there, you can take the trade without me. I want to see this break. I want to see this go really sharp now. And on any pullback here, and during the Asian session, if you're there and it does that, take that trade up. Right? I would take that trade up. That is what I'm saying. I am not making trade calls. I'm telling you what I would do. That's what I'm waiting for now. Now that they're going my way, great. Until they do that, they can still make one more test of the low. So I will not be buying it right now, but I love the buy setup. XRP, we just looked at it. I know some of you are now coming in the room, but we just looked at the XRP. So we'll go back and look at it a little later. I think we were looking for a possible short, very small term as a correction. Could you look at USD? I don't think I have that one on. I try not to put too many charts on. Let's deal with the charts I have here, because if we start putting on charts, there will be no end to what the demands are going to be. We have over 200 people there, 200 people there. The demands are going to be really high. So we have one trade on, and we're looking for more. Euro is a trade we will definitely take on any correction. Euro is a trade we definitely take on any correction. Swiss CAD is going down nicely. Let's see if CAD breaks the low. I was expecting CAD to make one more high before they go, but if they go down from here, good, because I'm in the CAD sell already. This is good for the pound CAD as well. It's also good for the Euro CAD, which trade I'm in, right? Because I'm in 3 CAD trades, if you can see. So I'm in Euro CAD sell, I'm in pound CAD sell, and I'm in a dollar CAD sell, all short, right? That's good if CAD goes down. You're all going my way, right? One crypto, is that a question? If any, you're asking if any crypto trader here already make a withdrawal from their account? Is that a question? I think every crypto trader probably made a withdrawal from their account. You're having a problem withdrawing your money? Sir, Fibonacci's relative method to identifying the trend, pause, and change, or it's just a wrong tool? Oh, I see what you're saying. Good question, by the way. So we could deal with that question while we're waiting. Let's see. We're in the yen cell, right? So if Swiss is going down, CAD is going down, and yen is going to go down, we will get the yen. I'm in the CAD already too, right? So if these just keep going, we will get the trade. No need to worry about that. Right? We're going to get the trades. So let's see if yen is going to go for us. You closed the last silver buy. No, I'm still in the silver buys, both of them. I haven't closed any. You mean you don't see it, right? Because it's there. It's kind of covered. I don't close my trades so easily. It's still there, right? You can see it now, right? Okay, good. No room to enter US CAD now unless it makes a flag, right? Yeah, you have to wait for that flag. Don't jump into trade. It will make a flag. Here's a deal. You have to watch trades that are going to go long term, like what I'm doing with the New Zealand right now, or the yen. They have a longer term one. Wait for the flag, take the sell. If you're right, you get the trade. If you're wrong, well, hey, what happens? You try to go for break even, or you take a small loss, right? Most of the times, if you're good with patterns and you understand how patterns behave, you get the trade and you make money, right? That's the whole point. That's what we're here for. See, the yen is already giving us $61. I can close it and go buy some burgers. Should I take it and go buy some burgers? I'm just kidding, right? We've got to make some fun. Trading is a boring thing, right? It's really boring trading. I normally get my son, you see, he came in just now when he was bothering me. I normally get him playing in the back here. And then when I really get tired of watching this, I'll go play with him, right? He normally play in the same room where he has his quarter, his little space where he's playing, and I'll go there play with him. Get some fun, right? It's boring. It's not like you're going to sit and click, trade, right? You don't do that. Trading is a business. You run it like a business. You do what you will normally do. You look for the trades, you take the trade setups, and you go. Now, one guy said, hey, he's talking too much, no trades. We took a trade. One trade a day is more than enough if you take that, right? But if you have 5, 6 trades running your way, that's great. Minus 93K profit loss is the total running results. Gene, are you like, really? You just joined us the first time you're here? Is that the first time you're here? First time you're in my webinar? Just a question. Okay, well, that is why you're probably asking that question. Let me just show you very fast so that you can catch up with it, and then you can come back and you can look. This is what the trades look like. You're looking at cash, or you can look at returns. You can look at cash, and then you will see, right? It's a 500K account. We are at 600 and something K, 608 or something. So it's 168,000 profit. What you're seeing there is a drawdown in the account. So let's go back to it now, right? So that you can have an idea. What you're seeing here is a drawdown in this account. The account is a 500K, it's 691 booked. That's 191K profit booked, right? We're 602 now on the drawdown. The drawdown, if you were here with me Sunday, did you look at my Sunday webinar? You didn't, right? The drawdown was 580. That's $22,000 we just made. We just made $22,000 if I want to book it. Right? See? The difference between when you guys joined me in here from Sunday to now is $22,000. That's how my account moved. My account moved up and down $50,000, $60,000 a day sometimes. And I mean both up and down. By the time the day is end, that account will go back to 600 and to 580. And that doesn't bother me. Just so you know, it doesn't bother me. Let me show you this piece in it so you would understand. See this piece here? This is drawdown, right? So this account was here, and then it made that drawdown. It went up back. Some trades were in profit. If I had closed the trades, you wouldn't have got this drawdown, but I leave them alone, and then you got that drawdown, and it came back here again. If I had closed it, we wouldn't have got this drawdown, but I left them alone, and they got this drawdown, and now they're here, and I'm leaving them alone because they're going here. I was in the pound CAD trade, I was in the silver trade, I was in the CAD dollar trade. All through those drawdowns. And you can talk about drawdown, right? Because let's look, this is 503, and that is how much? 567. That's $64,000 drawdown. $64,000 drawdown. Look, it's right back here at 502, and it's 67, 567. It's right back here at 505. This was 503, and now it's here. Did I panic anywhere in between there? No, I don't. Actually, I was not even in front of my charts most of the time because I had guests over here. And I was having a real good time with my guests, showing them Dubai, driving them around. Went to Kite Beach, went to Satwa, what is the place? I can't remember. A few places we went to, driving around Dubai and in UAE, enjoying yourself, not worried about trading. Because what is the view you have? What does the chart tell you it's going to do? Yeah, we did have a lot of city walk on the beach. I'm living on the beach, basically. Right? I'm living in the beach. So the beach was a normal thing. We went to that beach and then we went to another beach. I'm living next to the beach and they said, hey, let's go to the other beach. I'm like, guys, there's a beach here, you know, we can walk to it. No, let's drive, go to the other beach. Okay, let's drive, go to the other beach. So just fun, enjoying yourself. Are they going my way? Looks like they're all going my way. They will pull back. They will all pull back. Don't worry. I know that. I'm sitting here and I know they will pull back. And I know they can pull back all the way to the sum that is at 580, but that does not bother me. What is my long-term goal? What is the long-term trend? What is the trade you're taking at? So from burger, we can go to the restaurant today for the trade we took. We're 600, so we can go to a restaurant instead of a burger in just a couple of minutes. But that's not the thing. The thing is you have to look at the volume of the account you're trading and the volume of percentage you're making. And if you want to grow as a trader, you will have to get used to this up and down of thousands of dollars, tens of thousands. And the bigger you get, that will become hundreds of thousands. And hope one day that becomes million for me, right? So Simon said no action and he left. Bad for you, Simon. You just would have made some money in the yen. And it hasn't even started moving as yet. Right? That thing is not moving anywhere. If you think it's moving, I'm telling you, no, it hasn't moved anywhere, right? It's just there. So let's go. What else? Keep an eye on the EuroCAD. If the EuroCAD break, we'll sell it. Can you please check platinum? Sure, we can check it. We have time. That's what we're here for, to check trades and take them. Let's see, platinum. XPT, I think. That's platinum, yes. Okay, great. There's a nice sell setup coming here, by the way. Nice one. That's a nice one there, Curry. Who has this? Who asked for the platinum? Dijon. Nice one, Dijon. Very nice one. Keep your eyes on it. That's a good one. I like that, actually. Do I withdraw any profit out of? I can't draw anything out of that account. It's not mine. It's my investor account. I can only trade it. I can only trade it. That's the only right I have. I can't draw anything. I can't change anything in the account. I can't, you know, I can talk to Saxo. They have to listen to me because they know I'm trading the account. That's the only thing I can do. But I can't move money around. And we have no plans of doing it. This is a nice one, guys. Any one of you, all of you guys can trade this. I like this. I actually really like this because of where it is in the bigger picture as well. See where we are in the bigger picture? I like it at least for a correction first. They can actually drop like this, or they can do like this and then go back. So there is a good trade you can get there, even in the short-term basis. So I like this. I don't think I can trade it. I'll have to check maybe if does Saxo do this spot? Anybody trading Saxo? If Saxo does it spot, I'll trade it for you guys. Okay, great. So I'll go spot on it. Let it break. All right, let this break down. Let's see where we are. Yep, and the MACD is supporting it too. So let's go. I like it. Let it break. Put an entry order. You can put an entry order here, actually. That might be not a bad idea. Let me see if I can put an entry order in there. Good question. How much lots do I have to take in Saxo to know what that is? I have no idea. Never taken this. So that's 904.13. Let's go. That's 904.13. I will go with 14 doesn't make a difference. That would be 9. I don't know, 0.9. That'd be okay. How much do you have to take to be normal? Let me see. Go to, I don't know, 2,000. Let's go 1,000. I'm not sure how this works, so I'll take 1,000 first. And I'm not sure what the margin impact is 48,000 euro. They will take for it, but I don't know how much you will get per pip change. So I'll take that. I'll place the order for this. Yeah, that is if I'm not in front of the chart and that decide to goes, and that could drop really fast if they decide to drop it. Right? Which means watch this. Keep an eye on the silver. Silver could make a new low. Let's go back to silver, guys. There is a possibility this comes back all the way to the bottom, right? There's a very strong probability for that. So keep your eyes on it. If you're in the buys and you want to exit anything at, for possible one more downside, just possible one more downside, not necessary one more downside. Just keep your eyes for that, because this could still be some kind of a 1, 2, 3 expanding flat. And we get this, and then we get that. Right? It's possible, not necessary, but possible. Just be aware of it. Now, you don't have to force yourself to get out of the trade. Now, you know how to manage your trades. You know how to manage your way out of it, right? So let's just wait and see. This could be a small correction and they take off. We've seen that also, right? CAD is going faster than the yen, but I'm in both of them, so no need to worry. Let's see. Let's take some questions now. Let's take questions and then we'll come back, because all the trades that I'm looking at, they're not, they're either gone or they're not giving me a setup right now, and you can see what I do. So I'll take a break right now. Let's see. Take some questions. What minimum amount to invest in your fund? 500,000. You can invest in it if it's 500,000. If you don't have that, no. Better look to the chart. By the way, there was a funny situation with the 500,000. When you write 500,000, you write 500K, right? So what if the guy called me and he said, "Hey, I want you to trade my account." I said, "Yes, if you have over 500K," and I send it to him. And the guy was like, "Yes, sure. I have more than that. No problem." So he started drilling questions and we discussed it for like 2 hours. And he said, "Oh, I have $1,000. I have twice you asked me for, I have $1,000. I'm like, "No, please. Didn't you see the K behind the 500? The guy got me for like an hour, everything, every detail of what and how I'm going to do and what I'm going to do. And, we almost signed the contract. And then he said, "Hey, I have $1,000. Do it," right? Like, it cost me more than $1,000 to talk to him. Let's go. Let me go back to the top. I missed some questions. USD could have been running flat, which is breaking down. The Swiss could have been a running flat. Yeah, possible. A running flat. Yeah, I see that. Possible. Let it break through the structure. We'll come back to it. Yeah, that's my trader, by the way. My traders, right? They see patterns all over the place. They're very good at it. Once you have, but I was too focused on breaking the top, so I'm not. If it breaks the low, we get into it. Don't worry. Once you have a little time, could you please look at VIX volatility index, whether it makes sense to apply wave analysis? Wave analysis makes sense to apply almost anywhere. I'll look at it. Let's remind me again. I'll tell you when to remind me. Because oil again is going up. Okay, oil could go up. Well, I'm not sure what you mean. That is applying to something because oil is going up. I may have missed it. Euro Mexican still waiting. Okay, we'll check that for you then. The Aussie New Zealand weekly, the weekly is upside. Aussie New Zealand weekly is upside. Wait for correction and buy. We've looked at that weekly many times. So one fast question: will investor ask for your max drawdown? That's a must in the contract. It's 30% maximum drawdown. I can tell you that immediately, right? I gave them that. Not a single investor ever asked me for that. I tell them, "Hey, let's put the max drawdown of 30%. You okay with that?" And they said, "Yes, great." Right? I give them that's the first thing you should do if you want to manage account. Make sure you set a point to where your investor should know where you have to close it, how much they can lose, and said, "Okay, if we lose more than that, sorry. I'm very sorry, but we'll have to close the account," right? It's your investor's choice if he decides that you're still good and he wants to go on. But once you do that, you strategize it so that you never get to that level. That's all you have to do, right? It's not that difficult. Once you know how much is your max drawdown, set your strategy so that you never even come close to the max drawdown, right? Please talk about stop placement. I can be right or wrong. Am I wrong? I get stopped out, but even when I'm right, I get stopped out. That's because you're putting the stops in the wrong place. So everybody take a pause. I'll answer that question in more details and then we'll go. Let's say silver, for example. Let's take silver. Let's say you put an entry order to buy silver here. I think most likely you would put a stop here. I'll make an assumption. I don't know where you're putting, most likely. And that is a little incorrect. Like I said, there's a good chance they do this and then do that. You see? So when you put a stop there and you don't move it to break even when they do this, is that you're setting yourself up for failure, right? It's not about stop hunting. I think I spoke about this in the Q&A on Sunday. It's not about stop hunting, right? Nobody's hunting your stop. It's about you're putting your stops at the wrong place, right? So if you're looking at a structure like this, what you need to do is go back and look at it. What do you see? What is the possibility that this here is just a corrective structure that is going to do this and then go back up there? That possibility still exists. I remember I said I wanted to confirm the breakout of the structure before I can add more trades onto that. It's not confirming the breakout of any structure. So I'm not sure that this is going to go. This is not telling me it's going up exactly. It just said we made a spike up and that's it. Everybody was freaking out. I said, forget about a candle. Don't freak out on it because you don't know what it's going to do, right? It doesn't mean that this is going up to heaven right now. So don't jump onto it because it can fall. Structurally, it can fall. If it gives me more information in the structure that says we're going to go up now, that will be great. Bigger picture, do I think it's going to go up? Absolutely. On the short term, can they actually retest this low before they go? Sure. Can they retest this low before they go? Sure. Am I expecting them to retest the lower low? No. Am I expecting them to retest this low? Very likely. Right? Structurally, that's very likely. So as soon as they get out of the structure that I'm looking at, as soon as we're out of that structure and I see the structure for upside, I will add to that trade. So the problem is not that they're taking you out. I pretty much understand what you're saying because that happens to a lot of traders. They're taking you out and then they go your way because you're putting your stops exactly to where the price will go back, fill orders, and go down. And definitely not just your orders because there are bigger orders there. The only reason the price will get there is because there are huge orders in that area, right? Fill those orders and go. And if those orders are too small, it will continue to go up, find more orders and go. For it to change direction, there has to be more orders in the opposite direction. That's the only way it changes its direction. So for buying to stop and sell to come back, so the reason this stopped here, the reason this candle stopped exactly at that spot there, the reason this stopped exactly here and started to go back down, because exactly at that point, they found more sell orders than buy orders. So it came here, it stopped. What happened? They filled the orders. See, you notice that they fill all the orders. But guess what? There were more buy orders. So they fill orders here again. But guess what? There were more buy orders. They fill orders here again. And guess what happened? There were more sell orders. So why is it stopping here? Well, because they found orders there that are saying, hey, these orders are a little buy. So let's see how far. Is that enough buy orders to do this? Or is that enough buy orders to do this? See? And where's my good friend who was selling Pong Oz? Come on. Who was buying Pong Oz? There was a fella here who came in selling signals and he wanted to make a name for himself. He said, I'm buying Pong Oz from you. You have no idea what you're saying. He's gone, right? He's here, but he wouldn't answer now. He would have, when he would have jumped up, this has gone up. And those are the kind of people you have to be very, very, very afraid of and very aware of because most of them are signal sellers. And that's what they do. They give you a luck and chance thing, right? So pound Swiss is going well. I can see we can't, by rule we can't do anything until it closes. We can't do anything until that hourly candle closes, right? So if it has to go, let it go. You can't do anything until that candle closes. That candle could close as a wick. By rule, that candle could close as a wick. You cannot sell it until the candle is closed. Just remember that, because if at any point in there they hit a buy order. And I just explained that to you. If they hit a very big buy order here, this thing goes back there. You get a wick here and you get this. Right? So you can't do it. Not that I don't think it's going to go down. We're looking for the sell. If I miss that sell, I miss the sell. It doesn't matter. I take the trades. Remember, the idea of trading is that a few golden rules you should have. Number one, as a trader, this is not in technical analysis or anything. This is as a trader. Your number one goal is to protect your capital. That's your number one goal as a trader. This is what you should do every time. Protect your capital. Number two, master analysis. You must master some kind of analysis. I don't care what. It'd be wave analysis, it'd be flipping coins, it'd be what you want to call it. But you must master it to a point where when you find a strategy in it, you master it to a point where you can build a strategy in it. You need to build a strategy. And that strategy has to show you at least 80% win-loss ratio with a risk to reward of 2 to 1. It means every time you risk 1, you get 2. And if you're winning 80% of them on the strategy back testing it, then you're likely to win only about 50% when you're trading it live. So the back test must give you a much, much higher percentage than the live trading one. Because you're not going to get exactly what you got in the back testing. You're going to get much less. So that is it. So you have to master that analysis. The one I found, I've mastered many types of analysis. The one I found that is best for me, that works good, that gives me this peace, calm, and comfort to be in trades for days, weeks, and months, and then make profit out of them, is wave analysis. That is the one that worked for me. Which one will work for you, I don't know. Right? It's going to be up to you. Whichever worked for you, great. Right? But make sure you're making money. How does wave analysis work? I think you're also new to the room. So you stick around for the whole week, you'll get an idea and you'll see how it works, right? So it's a long thing. You can start watching my free videos on YouTube and you'll get an idea how it works, right? It's basic concept. And number 3 that you need to do, right, is select your risk. When I say select your risk, you don't have to take every trade you get, every trade you see. Select the trades you're going to take. And that is a whole topic in my trading room. Select the trades you're going to take. Make sure that you have a longer term direction going with you. It must be much longer term before you get into that thing. Don't jump into a trade because you have 20 pips to take out of it, because you might be able to take out only 5 pips. Jump into a trade that has 2,000 pips to take out, and you may be able to take out a few hundred pips out of it. See? That's it. That's what you need to know about it. What is wave analysis? Let's look back at some charts and then we'll come to what's wave analysis. First, let's look at the account, how it's doing. I think I like how it's doing. Our trade is going good. It's not moving as yet, but it's going good. When it really starts to move, it's going to do much more amazing. Silver is pulling back, but that's no reason to panic. Pound CAD is going down amazingly, and Pound CAD is breaking the low, so we'll watch it when it does that. Pound Oz is going where we want it to go, which is a good trade. So if it doesn't break this structure, if it breaks this structure, good for all of us. If they break through this structure, good for all of us. We'll wait for correction, and sell. If they stop here and turn, we will buy it, right? And let's see, more questions. Do you ever think about where they may want to get a better price for the direction they really want to go, along with supporting the structure chart is forming? I think I got what you're trying to say in terms of whether they would want to sell at a higher price or buy at a lower price. But remember, the market is not, can be controlled. Put it this way, it can be controlled. Right? It can be manipulated for a short time, but it can be controlled. So let's say you are trying to buy for your clients, I don't know, silver, and you would like to buy it lower, right? You have to have willing sellers at the bottom there. If you're not getting willing sellers, but then you buy it where you get the sell, right? That is what creates the market. Now, if you have a large sum of silver, can you manipulate it to push it down by selling, and then start buying at the low? You can do that. And that manipulation happens quite often. Can you recognize that in the chart if it's happening? Yes, we can. We've seen that many times. And we have managed to say, guys, it's going down, but be careful. This downside is going to spike up really fast. And we have seen that happen, and we managed to capitalize on it, right? Pretty much easy, right? I'm not selling, seeing everybody have the opinion. I expect to hit, the buy hit, come back on my last buy, like I say, I'm sell to that. That. Oh, you're the person. Okay, great. So you're all you close the buy and you're in the sell now. Great. I wasn't. I was trying to trigger you when I said signal service to get you to answer. Well, everybody has a good question. Is that everybody has an opinion. Here's the thing. I have opinion. I don't trade my opinions. Never trade your opinion. Never even trade your view. Trade your strategy. You must have a strategy to trade. And your strategy can only be built on your analysis, not your opinion. If you're trading your opinion, you're likely, I'm not condemning UML, right? Don't take it personally. I'm telling traders who are listening to me what I will do. I never trade my opinion. It doesn't matter what the hell my opinion is. I do not trade it because that's not a strategy for me to trade. I have to trade something that I see in the chart that is, that makes sense to me and that I can back test, that I can prove that it's working, right? So I look at the wave analysis, I studied it, I figure out the strategy to trade it, and then I back test the strategy, it worked. It tweaked the strategy, it worked. I tried to enhance the strategy. If it's worked, great. If it doesn't work, go back to what you were doing, right? Once it's working, keep doing it, right? So the strategy is how you're going to trade your analysis. That's how you should do it. Opinions, hey, we all have opinions and you do have a right to it. I agree with you 100%. You have a right to your opinion. We all have a right to opinions, right? But that's not how the market is going to work with our opinion. So just be careful with your trade though, because there is a chance. Here's what my advice to you, if you're still in the trade, I don't know if you're still in, you would want to watch this level here, right? When they break this low. Because if they drop through that, that's dangerous. There's no coming back. If they stop there, you might get profit on your buy, right? Just to let you know, basically what we look for. So let's go. Everything stopped. Everything is going to stop at the end of the hour. Don't worry. All those candles are going to stop. And then we're going to wait to see what they do. So let's see what we did today. We're in one trade and we're managing the rest of the trade. So this is how I look at my account on a daily basis. This is what I do. I looked at all the trades I'm in. I like the yen. I'll leave it. I like Aussie. Aussie was how much when you guys joined me? Everybody remember how much Aussie was? Anybody remember how much Aussie was when you joined me? It was 5,000. I think when this morning it was 6,000 minus, then it was 5,000 when you guys joined me. It's 1,004. Aussie will be making profit for me. 5,005, great. It will be making profit for me. So let me show you the Aussie trade. Why did I stay with trades? You're here to see, you guys are here today to see how I trade, right? I show you how wave analysis work. I show you how I have confidence in it. And I showed you why it's the best analysis in the world. I say it today, for me, this is the best analysis I've ever found in trading. It gives me comfort and calm, and I trade. I can talk nonsense all day and I make money, right? Basically, I can sit here and chat with you for the rest of the day and my trades are making me money because of the comfort of where I enter, how I enter, and what forms my decision, what forms my bias. We all trade not our opinion, we trade our bias. Every single person trades his bias. What is your bias? And what forms your bias is what you're going to trade. So let me tell you something that I probably tell my traders. I've never mentioned it outside, but I like to drill my traders on this. Don't listen to anything that will create a bias in you. Don't put anything in your charts that will create a bias in you. Because if you do that, you will mess with your trading. So if you're listening to news, listening to entertainment. If you're testing some kind of a new thing in your chart, treat it as a testing until it proves it can work. Because anything you put on that chart is going to create a bias in you. Anything. It's going to create a bias in you, and then you're going to trade that bias. So the only reason you're buying something, the only reason I bought Aussie is because my bias says, hey, Aussie is going up. Now, why? What gives me that bias? What gives me the confidence to believe that that bias is a good one? You should buy. Wave analysis. I didn't care what's happening in Aussie in terms of news. Nobody called me. I mean, we spoke to the prime minister, but he didn't tell me. He said, oh, I can't tell you the inside story. So he didn't tell me. I was hoping he would tell me. He, she, I don't know who's the prime minister. Sorry, my fault. I don't even know who's the prime minister of Australia. I don't know if it's a he or she, right? They don't call me and tell me what to do, right? Basically. So you see how ignorant I am of what's happening in Australia. My ignorance is so blatant that I don't even know who's the prime minister, right? I know New Zealand, I think it's a she, because on the news they had this incident. Australia, I have no idea. So you don't need to know all of that stuff, guys. We're simply traders. Look at the chart. It's telling you what they're going to do. The chart was speaking to me for a long time. You know, since when the chart told me they were going to go up? Let me show you since when. If you think it's going to go up now, I think when I start to see this, that this is already going to go up. When they did this, they told me they were going to go up. When they did this, they told me, look for a buy. When they did this, they told me you should better be in the darn trade and stay with it. See? That's what it's not about the now. It's not about the news that is happening now. The news is irrelevant to what is going to happen. The news could be a trigger to what is going to happen, but it's irrelevant to what is going to happen. I want you guys to sink this in very deep into your brains, because if you sink this in, you're going to prevent yourself from making bad trades. The news is irrelevant to the direction in which it's going to go. The news could be a trigger to the direction it is going to go. Right? People say, I trade news. Okay, what do you mean by trade news? Good news you buy, bad news you sell? Tell me. They said no. Well, what else are you trading then? Oh yes, if the non-farm payroll is good, we'll buy dollar. And if it's bad, we'll sell dollar. Well, there was good non-farm payroll and the dollar falls sometimes. Well, that's sentiment. The sentiment was not right. So are you trading the news or are you trading the sentiment? Well, you can't just explain it away. You have to just say, hey, this is what it's going to do. I'm in the buy. I said this is going to go up. I bought it and I stayed with it. I'm not explaining it away to you. I'm not saying, oh, well, if the sentiment is right or that. If there's a structural change, I will either take the loss or exit the change. Structurally, wave pattern wise, they're still going up. That's it. Right? It's still upside for me. So until there's a real good general structural change, you don't do anything. You just stay with the trades. And you can go to sleep and wake up back 1 week, 2 weeks, you're still in the trades. That is what wave analysis does. Somebody was asking me what wave analysis is about. Basically, that is what wave analysis is about. Because we're about to close, so I just want to end it with what wave analysis does. And it really gives you that comfort of trading. Because I've been showing you this account from the very start. Right? From November to now, I've been showing you the account every week almost, and you can see it. And anybody who is going to, anybody who is going to be out there professing to you that they're a professional trader and that they are, you know, the best whatever, and they have the best strategy and they have that, they may be right. They just have to show you it. Right? If I wasn't showing you it, then I would probably be just like them. But I'm trying to show you what I do so you can have a view as to how the strategy and the analysis I'm using works. Right? That's basically what we do here. So we will be here tomorrow again. We will look at what happened to the yen trade. We would look at what, follow me on Facebook. All of you go follow me on Facebook. So if I make any change to the yen trade while I'm here, I'll put it out on Facebook for you guys. I'll put the message out. Like if I closed it, if I put a stop on it, if I do anything, I'll let you know on Facebook. I wouldn't put stop, but if I close it, I'll let you know on Facebook. Right? So please follow the Facebook just for that. I don't do anything much on my Facebook page. Don't worry, you wouldn't have a lot of photographs or anything popping up. No. Follow me in the ProWave page, not my personal one. The ProWave page. That nothing goes there except for links and anything to do about trading. Right? So all of you have a great day. Trade with care. Don't worry. Don't be nervous when you're trading. Just relax. Enjoy. Take your time. Everything is going to go your way. Everything works out good for you. See? And just we trade. We have fun when we trade, right? Isn't it fun time? And make money? Let's see if we still have money for restaurant dinner this afternoon. Oh yeah, with 700, I think the restaurant will give us some dinner. Right? So we have money for dinner. We can go to sleep now, right? We just made our day. Okay, guys, you're a great group. Let's see tomorrow if we can bring more people in. Spasiba, Marat. Pajalusta, I should say. That's Russians, but I just repeat what you wrote. So everybody, please make sure you bring your friends along. Let them just enjoy, relax and enjoy the show I'm doing. It's a show because you're not supposed to take the trade I take, right? So it's just a show. Bring them along on the show. It's a free show. You don't have to pay for it. I'll see all of you tomorrow. Take care. Great group. Enjoy yourself. Bye-bye.